Czyz has been found safe. The Cayuga County Sheriff says he was found by himself in a building alone. He's okay. Good evening. I'm Matt Mulcahy. You're watching NBC3 News at 11. Deputies say the boy left home intentionally and that he purposefully avoided being discovered, although it's unclear why at this point.
911 on to all units. Just be advised, for the BOLO, for the missing juvenile, Joseph Czyz, at this time you can cancel. Disregard the BOLO. Juvenile's been located.
That was the news that went out from dispatchers. Authorities are revealing some of what they know about where he was found as the search intensified. Found about 7:30 tonight. Deputies say it was ultimately the small, tight-knit community that helped get Joseph home safely. Our Nicole Lafiandra joins us live from Owasco tonight, where there are a lot of smiles. Nicole?
Well, Matt, you can imagine how tough it was the past 48 hours not knowing where Joseph was. Tonight, he's home with family, and everyone here is breathing a collective sigh of relief. The past few days in Owasco, anywhere you went, you heard about Joseph Czyz. Now those stories are nothing but good news.
I am very happy to report that Joseph Czyz was just located a few minutes ago. He is safe. He was hiding in a building here locally in the town of Owasco.
The entire community came together to find Joseph. Businesses put the flyers in their windows, delivery drivers passing out flyers on their daily routes, and neighbors taking time out of their day to help.
It was done with some very diligent work by everyone that was involved with the search, and certainly our law enforcement officers with the Sheriff's Office did a tremendous job getting the information that helped us track him down.
Investigators were out in full force to find Joseph, but deputies say people behind the front lines, neighbors in the community, were the real difference makers in bringing Joseph home safely.
It's incredible to see how the community came out in full force. Everybody did. Our first responders, volunteers, community members. The support was overwhelming for the Czyz family.
The sheriff tells me tonight more details on exactly how the search unfolded are coming soon. Then we will also know how many people were involved in the search and if anyone else was involved in his disappearance.
Got us thinking about many businesses, restaurants, and venues dumping their cash option and opting for credit or debit cards only as their preferred method of payment. Our Samantha Croston's asking what this means for consumers and is it a step in the right or wrong direction? She joins us live tonight in Get Us. Sam.
And Matt, the amphitheater is just the perfect example of one of our local venues that is no longer accepting cash as a payment at all. It's credit and debit cards. They're the way of the future, and many companies are more broadly turning to digital technology in any way that they possibly can. So today I asked some consumers how they feel about that. Truth is, there's some mixed opinions about this latest trend in our economy.
Two of the most popular venues in Syracuse, the Amphitheater and the Dome, have turned cashless. Vicki Kresak and Kathy Rood understand that this is the way of the future, but they don't particularly like it.
I don't like to pay interest on my credit card. Yesterday, actually, I had to buy something in a local store. I didn't bring a credit card. I had cash. I waited in the line for 15 minutes for those few checkouts that accepted cash.
It isn't just the payment method that's turning digital. It's also the ticket itself to get into many venues. Rood says she'd prefer a handheld ticket, using an airport as an example.
It just gives me sort of a secure feeling that if my phone dies or if there's some problem with the Wi-Fi at the airport, I'm still going to be able to get on that plane.
Kresak adds, there's something sentimental to holding a ticket.
If I was going to a special event, like a Broadway play, it would be awfully nice to have that ticket from it to keep as a memento.
Others have more positive things to say about credit card usage.
I have expenses, and I process some of my expenses, like an entertainment expense or a travel expense, through this particular card, and at the end of the month or the year, your points total up, and you can redeem it for gift cards or hotel fees.
Layla Morgillo is a certified financial planner. She says digital payments are the way of the future because there's consumer demand for cashless options. However, she warns, using credit cards frequently can be a slippery slope.
For a lot of people, there is a little bit of that disconnect because you can swipe the card regardless of what's sitting in your bank account at the time.
There's also limitations on who can use and access digital payment options.
Folks of a older generation may or may not have a cell phone, an iPhone. I mean, it's difficult then, obviously, to not be able to pay cash for something if you don't have the device to use to pay for your items.
Well, you heard that last bite about age and generational barriers, so tonight I brought that concern to the financial planner. I asked her if there's any ways that we could be a more inclusive community in that regard. Here's a suggestion she had. She said at a venue like the AMP, she would put a kiosk right at the front with someone inside it who can answer any questions for anyone who has any confusion.
School districts and bus contracting services are entering the school year with some cautious optimism. Recent Augusts have been loaded with angst over how to deal with a bus driver shortage in central New York. CBS 5's Connor White has a crisis in the classroom update now.
Mariah Dumont has had a driver's license for years. But this summer, she's upgrading from a car to something a little bigger.
It's kind of like a cockpit of an airplane.
Dumont is training at Golden Sun in Oswego to become a certified school bus driver, taking on new responsibilities after 12 years working in healthcare.
I enjoy working with kids and enjoy working and being able to do a job that serves my community.
So there's confidence ahead of this school year with people like Maria getting behind the wheel. But given the severity of the problem at large, there's no guarantee in the future.
We all were nervous.
Golden Sun President Patrick Kinane says at the start of the summer he was anxious about getting fully staffed by September. But they streamlined training and paid for advertising. Now he feels ready to once again provide busing to Fulton schools.
It's getting people in the door. You know, having people show up that want to work. It's finding dedicated people who have the child's best interest in mind.
Kinane says they worked hard to do that, but every summer feels like an uphill battle amid a nationwide bus driver shortage. New York State began allowing third parties to offer the required CDL road test to find more commercial drivers last fall. But other proposed solutions, such as offering drivers a tax credit, have gone nowhere in Albany, leaving bus contractors and districts to find in-house, localized solutions, all competing for people like Mariah.
Because I have 6 kids of my own, so we rely on the school buses and the drivers that are in them.
With the school year around the corner, some districts are still hunting for full-time drivers on top of subs and bus aides that are hard to find. The New York School Bus Drivers Contractors Association finding a shortage of about 15% statewide, though Kinane believes the CNY area may be just below that figure.